Welcome to another how-to video from Bugspray.com. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to treat a yellow jacket nest. This nest is in the ground, and it should be pretty straightforward and fairly easy to handle. Many times yellow jackets will nest on a structure, maybe up in a tree, and treatment can be tough. But in this situation, they are actively creating a nest in the ground, so we have a couple of options. If you refer to our yellow jacket article at bugspray.com, you'll see that we recommend a couple of treatment options when nests are in the ground like this. The most common and easiest to do is the drenching using cypermethrin. Basically, you would mix up a gallon of material and direct it down into the hole. In most cases, that will be very effective. It will work quickly, and the nest is usually shut down within a day. The only issue with using the liquid is that sometimes the nests are built in a way that allows flooding to not happen. Basically, the nests will drain liquid away from certain galleries. So in the end, the nests can sometimes survive even a drenching. But using a dust is pretty much foolproof. The dust, specifically Drione, is very smoky, and it just does a great job of penetrating all the galleries and tunnels, so you really can't miss. Whenever I'm able to use Drione, that's what I'm going to choose, and in this case, I'm definitely going to get some Drione puff down in there. It will pretty much take just a few puffs, and this nest will be shut down. So at this point, I have equipped myself with the bee suit. I've done that mostly because I'm really close filming it and I don't want to get stung. But if you have a nest in the ground and you're wanting to dust it, simply wait till the evening. At that point, the occupants will be in the nest, and if you prepare your duster and approach relatively slowly, you should be able to get to the entrance and make the application without getting stung. It usually takes about 5 or 10 seconds of puffing dust, and because Drione works so quickly and is basically acutely toxic to the yellow jackets, they really can't respond the way they normally would if you were to walk over to the nest and start kicking it or something. At that point, obviously, they'll identify what you're doing and attack and start stinging. But when you hit them with the dust, the guards will instantly get covered, and the dust kind of shuts them down. They're not able to fly properly or focus on whatever the danger or intruder might be. So treating at night when they're all inside the nest is the best way to proceed. But for this video, I need the light of day, so I'm going to treat it now. And at this point, I'm going to get my duster ready. I'm using a standard hand duster, Al Crusader. I'll get that filled with Drione. I'll give it a few blasts, and probably in 5 or 10 seconds have it properly treated. And then we'll just sit back and watch the Drione do its job. And I expect we'll see a lot of yellow jackets that are covered with the dust as they exit the nest, and we'll probably see a few die around the nest. And then that activity will continue for 5 or 10 minutes. I'll probably puff some of the stragglers as they come back to the nest, and then within 5 or 10 minutes leave the nest to be, and within a day expect that it should be shut down. So let me go get the hand duster and do the application so you can see just how easy it is to treat a ground nest when you know where it is. Oh, one other thing, if you noticed, most of these yellow jackets are carrying off clumps of clay. This nest is dug underneath an old stump, and they're in the process of creating it. So this is very much a relatively new nest. Alright, so I've got the dust applied, pretty much emptied out my duster, and I think we're gonna, there you go, you're starting to see some of the yellow jackets emerging already. These guys coming out will be pretty much stunned by the treatment. The pyrethrin and the Drione will get them really aggravated and agitated, kind of causes them to spaz out, and the Drione works by cutting through their exoskeleton and starts to dehydrate them. So there's a mechanical control that kicks in. That's actually why Drione is so repellent to insects. And if you notice, some of these scouts and workers coming back, they're not able to land in the dust. They're trying to go back in, but when they land, they're repelled by that. See that they're not liking that Drione. They're quite uncomfortable with it. I need to go refill my duster, and I'm going to come back and do a little more light dusting around the entranceway, primarily to get any stragglers that are coming back. Typically the stragglers will die within a day, but I always like taking care of as many as I can so that there's less activity when I leave. So let's I'll be back in a minute here. Just let the camera roll. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exiting white yellow jackets. Alright, so I've got my duster refilled, and now I'm going to puff a little bit of Drione at the exit entrance hole here, so that any of these stragglers that are coming back will be controlled, and in the end it just makes for a safer environment. When you have these stragglers, sometimes they can get a little aggressive, and anyone passing by is likely to be targeted as an invader or someone that needs to be stunned. So I don't like to leave a lot of stragglers flying around. If possible, I like to take care of as many as I can. This might take 5 to 10 minutes, but I think for the most part I've gotten these guys, and as I explained, it's a pretty straightforward process using the Drione. I think within a day this nest is going to be shut down and everything will be safe for the people around this area. Well, there you have it, how to treat a yellow jacket nest in the ground using Drione. And thanks for watching this how-to video from Bugspray.com.